Hello, it's Paul Benedict here with the Benedict Group at Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. It is Monday, June 15th, and I'm here to give you your weekly update on the current trends in Las Vegas real estate. I really enjoy tracking these numbers. I've been a Las Vegas resident since 1991 when I was 10, and I've been in real estate for 16 years, got my license in early 2004. So this is really fun for me. It's a passion, labor of love. So let's figure out what's been going on in the past 7 days and talk about what might be happening in the foreseeable future in terms of Las Vegas pricing and volume and sales. One of the best metrics to look at in terms of market health is how many houses are listed for sale today. What's the inventory? Well, as of just a couple of hours ago, there were 7,420 houses listed for sale. And look at this downward trend here. So we have 4 data points showing a decrease in inventory week after week. So each one of these bars represents the past 7 days. So when you have a downward trend in inventory, typically prices go up. This is a good thing. This means that properties are selling. The fewer properties that are available creates a sense of urgency with buyers. This is a pretty cool stat to track as well. How many properties are currently under contract with a buyer? Check out this trend. So let me move this window here. So since May 4th, every single week, 6 weeks, is most certainly a trend, an upward trend of more properties, more and more going under contract each week. And there was a significant jump from last Monday to today, from 4,276 up to 4,708. This is the number of properties that are under contract with a buyer but have not closed and sold yet, but the seller has accepted the offer. So they're pending closing, inspections, underwriting, and mortgage approval, things like that. Now, it's important to note that when Sisolak announced the phase 2 of Nevada's recovery, the attitude amongst buyers and sellers changed. There was an extra excitement, extra enthusiasm. People were eager to get back to their normal lives and make offers on properties, buy houses, get their families moved in. So a lot of things kind of started changing right when that happened. And that was May 30th was when he announced it approximately. And so we want to look at the numbers here. So at the end of May was phase 2. So people were getting excited about getting back to business, right? So this is no surprise that the upward trend was increasing week after week. So when phase 2 was announced at end of May, June 1st numbers, June 8th, June 15th, more and more properties are going under contract based on the rejuvenated enthusiasm for getting life back to normal here. Sales volume. So in the past 7 days, there were 531 properties that closed escrow in the greater Las Vegas area. That's up 11 units from last Monday, 520 last week. 554 the week before. That was a peak because this included the end of the month, and most generally properties are closing in the last week or so of the month. So this is good. This is a really good number, 531. That means properties are closing. Now, if we look at the monthly numbers, this is the one stat that some people will hang their hats on when they're talking about how the sky is falling. So when you look at all of April and May, so how many closings did we have in April and May? Well, 2,329 in April and 2017 in May. So yes, those numbers are low. Those numbers are very low. So this number, 2017, is 44% lower than what we did in last May. So in May of 2019, we were, almost double this number. That's because half of our workforce was wiped out from COVID. That doesn't mean that the sky is falling. It doesn't mean that the economy is crashing. So as the previous slide says, 531 houses closed in the past 7 days. And I do believe that this is the bottom. I think next month, once we have the end of June numbers, this will be higher. That's my estimate. Absorption. So 2 data points of the beginning of a downward trend. 3.67 months of inventory. So we're moving away from buyer's market territory. We're moving more deeply into seller's market territory here. Price of a detached house in Southern Nevada. We took a little bit of a dip from last week. So $318,000 is the median price. Half sold for more, half sold for less of a detached home in the greater Las Vegas area. We ended May with a $318 median price, and that was up from April. So I'm very eager to see June's numbers. I suspect it'll be higher. This is something interesting too, cash sales. So the percentage of people paying cash for properties increased from April to May. So April was the dismal month in terms of reduction of activity because of Corona. So May increased. Now this is an indication that a few investors are creeping back into the market. So that's good. When investors are injecting cash into our real estate market, that means that there's optimism and more activity happening. So another pretty cool stat that I want to talk about is the number of agents, of realtors that are out there showing properties to their buyers. This is from our MLS. we're reporting that we are 2.9% above last year's number in terms of showing volume. So again, this is more support that shows that buyers are out there looking at houses and activity is happening. So there is action, there is forward movement, 2.9% more than last year. So that's more evidence as to why this past month's low numbers of sales volume is the bottom of this downward cycle. As always, please ask me for any individual questions. It's a pleasure to do the statistics and the comparable sales for your house, your neighborhood, your master plan community. Utilize my 16 years of experience. Let me put it to work for you. Paul Benedict from the Benedict Group, Keller Williams Realty signing off. See you in a week.